Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
What's good, y'all? It's your man Hezo, and welcome back to the Black Tower. I always got next, you feel me? So it's been a few days since I've uploaded, but y'all know what time it is, man. We are on to the top 10 power forwards. I've already done the point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards. So if y'all have not had a chance, go check those videos out before y'all look at this one. But before I dive into anything, I want to pay my respects to the late, great Bill Russell. R.I.P. to him. He's one of an all-time legend, one of the greatest centers, one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Even though I have my opinions on where he ranks, that does not matter. Pay my respects to the late, great Bill Russell. R.I.P. Rest in peace to Bill Russell. So be sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's get right into it. So the power forward list was probably my most difficult list that I had to do. There's so many guys that you can really put anywhere. There's guys that may classify as a center. But again, every guy I have on this list, I went by either what NBA.com has them listed at or what they have played in the past or whatever I view them at. And it was very difficult ranking at least like 4 to 10, 5 to 10 in that range. So at number 10, I do have Porzingis. And this is a dude who, like a lot of guys on this list that you're going to hear, has just been injury plagued the last handful of seasons. He's been an all-star. He has so much potential in the NBA, but he just cannot stay healthy. The whole pairing with Luka did not work out the way I think that the Mavs intended it to. Now he's with the Washington Wizards. I don't, who knows if he'll be starting at center. Maybe he starts a power forward. I know they got Daniel Gafford down there, but he stretches the floor. He's a good shot blocker, but he just can't really defend in general unless it's rim protecting. He gets beat off the dribble so much. If he gets switched onto a guard or a smaller player, he just can't play any perimeter defense, a lot like Rudy Gobert. But he's still a great rim protector. He's a great finisher. He's a decent shooter. I like Porzingis, man. I like his game. He just, that health is just always been an issue for him. So I got him at number 10 going into next season. So at number 9, I got my second favorite power forward in the game, and that's my boy, John Collins. Now, if y'all been a follower of my channel for a while, y'all know how high I am on John Collins. I think he's one of the most underrated power forwards in the league. I think he legit could be higher on this list if he was given more opportunity in the Hawks offense. But this is a dude who can score 20 and give you 20 and 10 on any given night, 25 and 10 if he's given the right opportunity. He's a near 40% three-point shooter. He's one of the best rollers and finishers at the rim. He's a solid rebounder. He's really significantly improved his defense. I love John Collins, man, and I'm so thankful he has not gotten traded. Hopefully that does not happen. Again, I am very high on him. If you know, you know. I'm a very, very strong supporter of my boy JC. So I got him at number 9 going into next season. Now at number 8, I got Julius Randle. This is a guy who was an All-NBA player 2 seasons ago, an All-Star player. He was an MVP conversation for a while at some points throughout, not last season, but the season before, when they had that playoff 5 seed or whatever it was, when they got just destroyed by my Hawks. He didn't play well in that playoff series. He took a step back last season. He didn't have a great season, but I look for him to bounce back going into next year. He has Jalen Brunson now that can help a little bit take the pressure off him offensively. He didn't have Derrick Rose for a very big portion of this season. The big question I have about Julius Randle is can he go to his right? A lot of times when he gets the ball on the low block or on the perimeter, everybody knows that he's gonna drive left. He has a good ball handle for being about 6'8", 6'9", whatever he is. He's a decent three-point shooter. I think he shot like 35 or 36%, which ain't bad for a power forward. He can get to the rim. He can finish at the rim. He's an okay defender, not a great defender, but he's an okay defender. He can hold his own. So I really look for Julius Randle to bounce back this season. Again, he was an All-NBA player. I don't think he's going to get back to an All-NBA player, but I think he can be an All-Star conversation in the Eastern Conference. So I got Julius Randle at number 8 going into next season. Now at number 7, I got another guy who has been just injured for most of his career, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. I love this kid's potential. I think he has a lot of room to grow. He's already an excellent rim protector. He can stretch the floor, and I think he's really an excellent complement to Ja Morant, but can he stay healthy? That's the biggest question with Jaren Jackson Jr. is can he stay healthy? Now he had a pretty good playoff run when they went up against the Warriors. Played pretty well in that series. He played pretty well the entire playoff run in general. Can he build on that? Can he stay healthy? That's going to be the biggest question for Jaren Jackson Jr. going forward. I think he has the chance to be a top 5 power forward in the league, but we will see. So I got him at number 7 going into next season. At number 6, I kind of went back and forth with this one. I think he was the most difficult player to rank 1 through 10. and that's Draymond Green. I got him at number 6. I didn't know if I wanted to put him lower. I didn't know if I wanted to put him higher. Draymond's just one of those X factors that he's such a key piece to the Warriors. He's such an important player in general with what he brings. He's not a stats guy. A lot of times you don't see what Draymond Green brings to the team on the stat sheet. A lot of times he can go out there and get close to a triple-double with not even scoring, and that's incredible. He does everything. He's a great playmaker for a power forward. He's one of the best defenders this league has ever seen. He's not a great shooter, we know that. He's not a great scorer, but he does everything else. He's really the heart and soul of the Warriors. He wants a max contract for what I'm seeing. I don't think he deserves a max contract at this point. He's a little bit older now. He's around 31, 32 years old, but he's still an excellent player in the league, man. He's still just an X factor. The Warriors need him, but I don't think at the cost of a max contract. I don't think they should keep him for that, but we'll see. We know what Draymond Green is, man. We know what he brings to the table. He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. He's a four-time champion now. Is it four-time champion, three-time champion? I don't know, man. I lost track of how many championships the freaking Warriors won over the last 8 years or whatever it is. But I got Draymond Green just outside of the top 5 at number 6 going into next season. So moving into the top 5, and at number 5, I have a player that is, to me, one of the most underrated players in the NBA, and that is Sabonis. What he brings to the table in terms of his playmaking, his rebounding, his scoring, I think he is one of the most underrated players in basketball. He's kind of like a mini Joker. Now, I'm not comparing him to Jokic, but he's kind of the same type of player in terms of what he can do bringing the ball up. I mean, I know he's not a point guard, but he has a pretty good ball handle for being a big. He's at 6'9", 6'10". He's an excellent playmaker, one of the best we have in today's NBA for a big man. He can stretch the floor. He's not a great defender, but he does pretty much everything else. I love that trade for the Kings when they brought him over for Tyrese Halliburton. Now, obviously, Tyrese Halliburton probably has a higher ceiling because he's a lot younger. But y'all got to keep in mind, man, this is a dude, he's still in his prime. He's only 26, 27 years old. And when you pair that with De'Aaron Fox, a good complementary piece to him, I think that the Kings are starting to put together to be on the right path, the right direction going forward. I like what they're doing. Maybe they can at some point finally end the playoff drought that they have had over the last 16, 17 years or whatever it is, and maybe squeeze a low 7, 8 seed. It's going to be tough because the Western Conference is deep, but I think that they have a chance to maybe squeeze a play-in, and who knows, maybe you get lucky and win a game. You never know, man. I like the pairing with him and De'Aaron Fox. I think they complement each other well. I like the path that that the Kings are on. I like Sabonis, man. He's such an underrated player. He's been an all-star. He's an all-star caliber player. I wouldn't say call him an MVP caliber player or anything like that, but he's extremely underrated, man. I don't think Sabonis gets enough respect. So I got him at number 5 going into next season. Now, at number 4, we have probably the most injury-prone player in basketball, and that's Zion. But we can't deny this dude's potential, man. He has so much potential. I really want to see him stay healthy. Now, from the videos I've seen, he looks like he's gotten in shape. He looks like he's slimmed down a little bit, and I think actually the Pelicans put a clause in his contract that he has to stay above or below a certain weight. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. That's what I read. I don't know how true that is. But I want to see Zion really play at least, at minimum, 65 to 70 games this year. He has not played a ton of games over the course of his career. He's missed so much. He missed the entire last season. But we see what Zion can be when he's healthy. He's not a great shooter, but he can finish at the rim. He can get to the rim. And he's really probably one of the best young players we have in this league if he can stay healthy. We know what Zion is. We know what he can be moving forward. I got him at number 4 going into next season. So moving into the top 3. And at number 3, I got a guy who played a lot of center last year, but I view him more as a power forward. And that is Spicey P, Pascal Siakam. He has improved his game so much over the last couple seasons, starting with that championship run he had with Kawhi Leonard. I think he was All-NBA third team, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But he does really everything, man. He's a great playmaker for being a big. He's a pretty good rebounder. He's a really good defender. He can stretch the floor and really was the engine of the Raptors last season. And a team that I thought wasn't even going to sniff the playoffs ended up being, I think, a 6 seed. So shout out to Spicey P, man. I think he's got so much more room to grow. I mean, he's only 27 years old. I got him at number 3. I mean, I think this is a pretty good spot for him. I don't think he's that next tier, but I think outside of the top 2, he's really that second tier power forward that you really want on your team. Is he going to be the best player on the championship team? No, but I think he can be maybe the second or third best player. As we've already seen, he was the second best player with Kawhi. So, I mean, he's proven that he can be it. Now, granted that some people will put an asterisk on that series, but I don't. It is what it is. I got Spicey P at number 3 going into next season. So at number 2, I have another injury-prone player. And this is a dude who has just constantly battled injuries. But I got Anthony Davis. And we know what Anthony Davis is. We know what he's capable of. He's a superstar caliber player. He's an MVP caliber player. But these last 2 seasons, I get it, he has not lived up to his potential. He shot, like 19, 20% from 3 this past year. And then the prior year, he had one of his worst statistical seasons since his rookie season. He's not played great these last 2 years. I don't think Anthony Davis can be the best player on the championship team, but obviously he can be the second best, as we saw in the bubble. What can Anthony Davis be going forward? I don't know, man. It's going to depend on his health. He has yet to stay healthy. I think he's yet to play over 65 games in however many past seasons. I don't know, man. It's so frustrating watching Anthony Davis because you know he's so much better than what he's showing. Now, he's still a juggernaut on defense. He's still one of the best defensive players that we have in basketball. He's constantly in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. But offensively, a lot of times he goes flat. 19% from 3 is unacceptable for a player of his caliber. It's just unacceptable. He's a superstar caliber player. He's an MVP caliber player. I think he is going to be the Lakers franchise player going forward, but he's got to stay healthy. And the Lakers ain't going to do shit this year if him and Braun cannot stay on the court. Even still, I don't think that they're going to be a top seed, or I think the best seed that they can be this season is probably at number 6. And that's just because of the roster that they have, but that's another conversation for another day. I still got Anthony Davis at number 2. He's still an excellent player in the league. He's still one of the top tier players in the league. I don't have him as a top 10 player. Most people probably do, but there's just so many guys that are just way ahead of him, and it's just really not even close just because of his health and what he's been the last 2 seasons. As I wouldn't call him on a decline, but I just want to see more out of him. I still got him at number 2 going into next season. But at number 1, man, it's pretty damn inevitable. And that's this guy right here, man. It's Giannis. Giannis is the best player in the league. He's the best power forward in the league, and it's not arguable. He's the MVP. Well, former MVP, even though he arguably could have won it this year over Joker, but I'm not taking that away from Joker. He's a defensive player of the year. I think Giannis, in my eyes, he's going to finish a top 10 player of all time as long as he gets the championship to go with it. He's already got one. He's already got 1 Finals MVP. I don't need to rattle off Giannis' accomplishments, man. Y'all know what Giannis is. Y'all know what he brings to the table. One of the best players this league has ever seen. In my eyes, he's the best player in the league as of right now, and to me, it can't be debated. Y'all say what you want about that. Y'all call for what you want on that. I got Giannis as the best player or the best power forward going into next season, and I'm going to pretty much leave it at that. So that's pretty much it, man. That is my top 10 power forwards list. I'm going to be dropping my center list within the next couple of days, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Let me know what y'all thought down in the comments. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Also, don't forget to go check out my point guard, shooting guard, and small forward list as well. Leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch y'all next episode.